What up, guys? Hey, how we doing? So if anyone's on the other stream, could you let people know to come over here instead? In fact, I'm going to do that right now. So give me 1 second before this starts because I suck at these things. What up? If anyone's on there, what up? How we doing, guys? I apologize, especially Great Lakes Outdoors. What the fuck, Cooksy waited all afternoon to take a shower to have some peace to listen. Come on, man. I'm all ass waiting to shower, bro. Sorry, if somebody could go over that other one and just let them know I'm over here, I would appreciate it. Like I said, I had some technical difficulties getting this thing off the ground, but hey, I'm good. I'm finally here. So once again, apologize for that. But oh, Great Lakes. Sorry, my man. You're specifically who I was looking for. I'm sorry. I had some technical difficulties on the other stream, so I'm over here now. And I want to talk about Detroit, guys. Detroit, the what do they call it? Detroit Rock City. Hell yeah. We got Hayden Deegan. And I got a question for you guys. Why on earth would they hide his injury? I don't understand it. And people are saying, oh, it's a sprained wrist. We know it wasn't a sprained wrist because what 17, 18-year-old professional athlete sits out for that long? Audio and video don't line up. Oh boy, geez, sorry guys. Hopefully it's catching up. How's it going? Hopefully we're better. Maddie V, what's happening? Um, it's better now. Okay, just need to catch up. Wi-Fi sucks. My technical abilities really suck at this thing, but I'm doing my best, guys. It's the Friday night prediction show. Have a little fun. Yeah, Dino Lupi, what's happening, my brother? Yeah, I don't understand it. Like, if somebody can maybe give me, I don't understand the reasoning as to why you would hide an injury. I just don't understand that. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you guys could come up with that one. And I want to talk about Jet Reynolds. Jet Reynolds is the Club MX rider, former, like, badass, like, amateur star who has had a hard time. Um, but it's I heard him on a couple other shows. I'm not going to call them out because the guy I heard actually calling, like talking about them, was he's a nice guy. I don't want to blow him out, but they're saying that Jet Reynolds wasn't working hard. I know for fact, 100% for fact, that is not the case. Jet Reynolds has been busting his ass. He's lost weight. He's got a new dietitian. The guys at Club MX are awesome. The Club MX absolutely grooms talent. Mike B and those guys over there. Yeah. Matt V, he's not using it to fool the competition. I wish that was the case. But no, he was clearly off and he clearly has an injury, but they're calling it a sprain. Like I said, I mean, I don't know what they think we are, or like no professional athlete has a sprain that takes, 6 weeks to heal. I hope he's okay. You guys know Deegan is the story, and I love it. And every time I talk about Deegan on any show, they do really well. So it definitely helps me. So I'm glad he's out there. And then what do you guys think about Chase Sexton? So I'm kind of torn on him. And they're talking about this KTM and that he's more consistent. I'll get to those predictions, Tyler. I'm just rambling on a little bit because I had technical difficulties. So I'm letting people get switched over from the other one to this one so they don't miss out because I feel like a douche. It is what it is. I'm going to start my predictions in the 450 class. So Detroit, I'm excited. I'm very, very happy that we still have almost everyone healthy. Knock on wood. But I'm going to go fifth place, Ken Roxon. Roxon has been extremely fast. And the thing about these top guys is anyone at any moment could jump in there and get into the top five. There's so many good guys. But I'm going to go Ken Roxon. Yeah. I'm going to go with him in fifth. Cooper Webb. Now, Cooper Webb was on fire at Anaheim. He looks so good. And while I would predict him to win, because very much so, like he's a top guy to win. But when you get sick, you don't get better in 6 days. Yeah. So I don't expect him to be at his best, but like a wounded animal, Cooper's scary at any time. Um, so we'll see. And then another thing about being sick, guess what, guys? The last time you feel when you feel worst, mornings. It's an earlier race. He's gonna have to go through some earlier stuff. So we'll see. Mike Watley, why be so subtle? You broke your wrist. I know it's no big deal. It's not like an MMA fight where you can actually attack the wrist. Like it doesn't matter. Of course, everybody, all his competitors know he had a broken wrist. He's on our team with like 17 other guys. Of course, the word gets out. Chael Sonnen says this in fighting about people sharing words and not keeping secrets. He says telephone, telegraph, or tell a fighter. Well, I say telephone, telegraph, or tell a rider because it gets out. It is what it is. But I think Webb's going to struggle this weekend, but he'll get a fourth place. And he's stay right there in the points. He's good to go. Tomac, is he back, guys? I got him in third. I don't have him winning yet. I think I need to see him win a full main event before I'm all in. Greg Lycan, sponsorship, that's the biggest reason. But I guess I don't understand how that would affect the sponsorship if Deegan hides that. I mean, do they not want to know he's hurt? I mean, it is what it is. It's part of the sport. Pardo, what up from Oz? But yeah, I got Tomac coming in at third. And then El Hombre, Jason Anderson. If you guys haven't listened to the Gypsy Tales show that he did with Jace over there, not the biggest fan of Jace. I think I don't know if he likes me or not either, but that's fair. But he did an amazing interview with Jason Anderson, and Jason is very candid and opens up about that. But I have El Hombre going. I have him in second place. And guess what, guys? I have the guy that everybody booed and all this stuff. Jet's going to get back on top. He's too good. He hasn't lost his speed. The only thing I'm worried about with Jet is the thumb and now the hip, because he hit pretty hard. So we'll see if he can actually come back. The cancer of Supercross, the kook. Addicted Fabrication Garage. Yeah, I'm the cancer and your name's Addicted Fabrication. I probably should kick you out of here, but I don't really care. Say what you want, my man. Thanks for being here. But yeah, so I got Roxon fifth, Webb fourth, Tomac third, Anderson second, and Jet Lawrence going to get it back on track with a win. That's what I think. I want Plessinger to get up in there. I just don't know. Yeah, I obviously he's the fan favorite. I would love to see him get the Demons of Detroit, which he kind of got rid of those when he got his win. Hold on, 5 domes in a row, Jet World. Yeah. Data pusher. Must be someone I blocked already. Don't see his trash comments. Good for you. Yeah, block that knucklehead, but whatever. I don't really. I've got the whole time I've been doing this, I've only blocked like 10 or 15 people. Like, you got to say some really bad stuff. JD, you got to say some really bad stuff to get me to block you. I'm just not a dick that way. And then for 15th, for all you guys that play the Rocky Mountain Fantasy, I've got Christian Craig. And now I'm a huge fan of Christian Craig, but I'm sorry, man. This has been, and he hasn't even shown a flash of anything. The most exciting thing that he's done this year is he's wore a onesie. It sucks. Yeah, it's tough. I hate to see it. But I think Christian Craig's time as a professional racer may have come to an end. Hopefully he's been smart with his money. I know he's got family. Chisholm very well could be 15th, but I heard he had some sort of an injury. Watch him in qualifying to see how he's doing before you put him in there, because I don't know how Chiz is doing. Now, let's get to the 250 East. The 250 East. In 5th place, I've got rookie rider Daxton Bennick. I think he's going to be really good. He's been in the, that grinder they have down in Star, looking as good as anyone. He's going to have some nerves. It's his first real Supercross, but he's solid. Addicted Fabrication. It's all good. I'm not getting soft on you. Did I block you? We're all good. I don't care. I really don't care. As long as there's a few things. It takes a lot to get. You got to really do a lot. Now, if you start talking about, you mentioned my family or my daughter, you're gone. Anything like that. Other than that, you're pretty well. I don't know, man. I can dish it out. I can take it. It is what it is. Andrew Sharpston, what up? So I got Daxton Bennett, the rookie, coming in at 5th place. In 4th place, I've got the Frenchman, Tom Vial. I'm just not sold on his Supercross results yet, nor am I sold on that KTM 250 team. Yes, Julian Bomer made him look really good, but it's just not. I mean, I don't know. I'm not ready. There's too many good guys. Then I've got Max Anstey in 3rd. I 100%. I've heard all the offseason hype. Our boy Nick Lowry, who's also making his debut. Nick Lowry says Max Anstey is flying, and he's been on the track with him, so he absolutely knows. I got Hayden Deegan in his sprained wrist, getting in 2nd place. And I have to say, though, the one thing about getting an off-season injury like this is it forces a guy like Deegan, who grinds and pushes so hard, to actually take some time off the bike and rest. So this might actually be, let's see, Addicted Fan Garage is Steve Mathis burner account. Yeah, probably. Oh, but no, but this thing with Deegan, getting a little bit of rest, coming in, not burn out, not overtrained, and not being a part of that day-to-day pressure that Star puts on these guys, because it is a grinder down there when you're getting ready for stuff. So I have him there. And for the win, Cameron McAdoo. Cameron Whackers McAdoo. I just feel like, I think Forkner's probably the faster guy on that team right now, but I just don't see Forkner putting it all together. He finds weird ways to do things. I just don't see Forkner, and that's why he's not in my top 5, because I feel like something will happen to where he's probably 10th or a DNF. I don't want that. I love Forkner, and I would love for him to prove me wrong and win or get on a podium. But I have Cameron McAdoo. I don't have him for the championship, but I have Cameron McAdoo, that absolute savage. Crashadoo will do what Crashadoo does, just not tomorrow night. I don't think he can keep it together for an entire season, but he can absolutely keep it together for the first round. And, those first rounds are weird. This one's going to be really weird, guys. These 250 guys aren't used to getting in timed qualifying a torn up track. The 450s go first. That track, by the time they get to it, is going to be shredded. And it's not what they're expecting. I feel extremely bad for whoever gets any of these rookies that get put into the C practice. They're going to have a really hard time making that night show. I just don't know how you make it. I mean, I watched those 450C guys, and it's almost impossible to get into the top 40. By the time you get to that track has slowed down 3 to 4 seconds. And I don't know. The dirt looks pretty good in Detroit. If it hardens up a little bit, maybe it doesn't get that bad. But I don't understand. Listen, I've come along. What I said in the last video I did, I don't like the early races, but then some people made some really good points about Detroit being a dangerous area. Would you want to be there at night? Yeah, you're probably right. And I don't mind the early race. That's not what bothers me. What bothers me is the messing with the race order. And now, God forbid, you're one of these top guys and you have to go to the LCQ. You have 10 minutes before you take off on your hot lap for the main event. That's not very long. You better be in shape. You better be ready, and it's going to be gnarly. You're right. Deegan does do well in the ruts, and I would absolutely pick him for the win, except for the sprain. Yeah, Dino, I'm with you. I just don't understand. I understand. No, let me rephrase that. I understand it. I just think it's stupid. I don't know why. If you're going to flip the order, like Outdoor Nationals does that, they'll flip the order, right? And they run the 252nd. But they're trying to make this a regional feeder series. You can't go last. Just like every UFC event, the main event walks last. The biggest event walks last. And another reason you don't want to have the 450 heats first is because you just had the guys out there doing these gigantic introductions for all these guys. They're riding around, they're doing interviews, they're driving in Ghostbusters cars, and you're going to yank them out of the Ghostbusters car and pull them right into the heat race. Really? I like it better if you're going to, and that's why, they don't introduce a lot of the 250 guys because they're on the line getting focused. This is people who don't race dirt bikes, who don't understand every single time you hit that track, that could be the last time ever, or the consequences. These are executives that have not, had these injuries or understand how hard it is. And I remember I was talking to Sean Brennan back when I had a media pass, and it was before one of the press days, and the guys were about to hit the track. They're on the line. He's like, "Go to interviews on the line." I'm like, "No, like they're about to hit this track for the first time. You want me going over there asking them questions right now? No, that's stupid. Why would I do that? Like, I know as a rider, I don't want me coming up asking questions right before you hit the track." Triumph. I'm excited to see Triumph. Guys, it's going to be, the bike looks good. Jalek Swoll, I think people forgot how talented Jalek Swoll is. This dude is an absolute beast. He's had a really hard time. Think about the last two Supercross seasons. Jalek Swoll has been hurt in the first few minutes. And it tore out knee. And what's up, Cookie? Jujet, what's happening? But yeah, he's had to come back from injuries in Supercross. If he can just, yeah, hey, Dino, you're right. Jeff Emig, it was terrorizing to talk to guys 5 minutes. You just don't want to do it. But that's when I talk about these guys doing opening ceremonies, going right to a heat. This is coming from executives who don't ride bikes, that don't understand bikes. They don't understand the sport. They understand concerts. If you're doing that where you go up there for a concert, no problem. You're not risking your life every single time you jump up there and sing "Bye-bye, baby, bye-bye." You're just not. Ask. We'll find out how much Ricky Carmichael knows or doesn't know. I can tell you this: Ricky don't know shit. But I'm not going to go on a Ricky tangent, guys. You guys know how I feel about Ricky. I don't even have to say it. Let's see. They are professionals. They should be able to speak to media. Every sport they do it. Okay. Do you see UFC fighters doing interviews during the walkthrough when they're walking to the cage? I'm not talking about 10, 15 minutes out. I'm talking about minutes, 30 seconds. And that's what it is. So, guys, if you want Cooksy Media shirts, head over to Ride Strapped. Chris has got some. He's been making them. He made the Industry Outsider Cooksy Mob shirt. And then also, quarterbacks aren't doing interviews before the snap. You can do it. There's just got to be a little bit of space. Like, I'm fine interviewing the 450 guys and then letting the 250 heats go and then letting 250 goes. That gives them plenty of time to set it up. But I think the Triumph is going to be good. We're going to find out. If Swoll does not get or isn't fast, it's the bike. We know that kid is good. He's healthy. And it looks good. I'm curious to see how Evan Ferry does. And now, since he's on the factory Triumph, will he get into the A practice? That's what's going to be so crucial tomorrow for all these 250 guys, because there's a lot of them. And if you cannot get into that A practice, you are up against it. That track will be shredded by the B and C practices. So, yeah. Yeah, you're right. That's why they have press day, because you don't want to do that. JD. Yeah. Evan Ferry, well, will he make the main? And I talked to our boy, Nick Lowry. Nick Lowry was in India racing. Love that kid. We're going to have him on next week. He was going to come on last night, but it was like, you know how it is, guys. I didn't want to bother him this week. So I was like, you know what, Nick, focus on racing, get out there. We'll talk next week. But what a great kid on the Wildcat team. And I am just crossing my fingers. I hope he can get into the main. So, yeah. All right, guys. Any questions here? Because that's about it. Don't forget, guys, Arena Cross live tonight from where are they? Arizona. It'll be awesome. Chris, boo. Hey, I love the crowd. If you want to boo, go ahead and boo. It's not my jam. But you pay $150 to go watch a race, you boo, you cheer, you do whatever you want. As long as you pay attention, that's all I can ask for. The worst thing in the world is if they don't pay attention. So, but yeah, arena cross guys in, gosh, what is it? Somewhere not too far outside of that. Let's see. Seriously, Cooksey, you're the one that got the Anderson clip. I did. I absolutely did. Yeah, AMA can suck it. And then I asked him why he blocked me on Instagram because I was bummed. I'm like, Anderson and I have always been kind of cool, I thought. And even before that, I ran into him and I'm like, hey, did you block me on Instagram? Because I couldn't see him. And he's like, nah, man, we're cool. And then the next time I'm like, dude, really? Like, you tell me we're cool, tell me I'm not blocked, and then you did. But I love Anderson. El Hombre's the man. And I appreciate it. Yeah, there's a couple of those interviews that have gone viral. I did the Anderson interview. I'm the guy that had Dungey snap his fingers. There was no crown. So yeah, I've been involved in a few of those, but it is what it is. I say what I say. Richard Brady, Bennick in third. I could see that. I could actually see that. I heard Romano was looking really good too. And those guys from Star, whether you like or don't like their program, that gate drop simulation practice they do, these kids are ready to go. They're not going in there. They're kind of knowing what to expect. So yeah. Okay, guys, that's it for today. This is the preview show, prediction show. And like I said, I'll run them down one more time. In the 250s, I got Cameron McAdoo, whackers, as they say. I think he's going to get it done. Chances I'll ever get a press pass again, squat. And I'm well aware of that. And I've literally set that bridge on fire. Listen, everybody's got a price. If they walked up to me and said, fall in line and cut me a $7 million check, I'd probably do it. Unfortunately, I'm not, I should say that I'm unbuyable, but I'm more expensive. I don't sell out for a press pass and free pizza. That's it. Jujet, I don't know, man. I do appreciate you guys. I do. And I love you guys. And I had so much fun talking to all you guys. And I love, if you see me at a race, yell at me. Even if I'm cruising by. One time I was in a hurry. Worst case scenario, I'll just give you knuckles. But I just love it. I really appreciate it. It makes me feel good that people are listening. And whether you agree with me or not, these are conversations that I think we should have. This is the sport we love. This is our getaway. And yes, people talk about my politics sometimes. I only talk about politics because I'm worried that this America could get so bad that this thing that we love won't even be worried. Like, we won't have to worry about this because we'll be in a civil war. So I will keep my politics to a minimum, guys. But as an American, I feel it's important every once in a while, especially since I have a platform. Sometimes I'm going to talk. So anyway, guys, yeah, Cameron McAdoo, Hayden Deegan, McAdoo 1, Deegan 2, Anstey 3, Vial 4, Bennick 5. That's my 250s, 450s. Jet Lawrence getting the win. And yeah, sat by you in Anaheim. You never got up, didn't want to bug you. Just yell at me, dude. It's okay. I don't get up because I was just watching the race. I love watching races. But yeah, I love it. I wish you'd have said hi. Jet Lawrence, El Hombre coming in second. Eli Tomac, third. Cooper Webb, because he's sick and he's probably a little bit, yeah, he's probably under the weather. I got him in fourth. And Ken Roxon, fifth. And I'm hoping that we get some sort of Plessinger thing. He's the people's champ. What can you say? He is the people's champ. But let's see. There was a question here. You warned before, you didn't talk about politics, so it's okay. Yeah, that's it. I will warn people. If you don't really want to hear it, don't. Civil war is definitely happening sometime. Fuck, I hope not. I'm sorry. I really, really hope not. Life as we know it will go away, and it's not something that I want to see in my lifetime. I hope not. Why do we not believe Deegs only sprained his wrists? Malcolm, when have you seen a professional athlete, especially the caliber of Hayden Deegan, get off the bike for 6 weeks? And he's still wearing a wrist brace for a sprain. Are you kidding me? Come on. I was born. I just wasn't born yesterday. So anyway, guys, that's it. I'm going to go watch some arena cross, watch my boy Ryan Brees. Hopefully he can pull another double. And my goal for Hayden Deegan is just to get through this and yeah, just get through it healthy. He's got a couple more weeks after this to recover. And the last thing we need is Deegan out. He is so exciting. He's the sport. I love him. I'm on board with him. Like I said, I had it completely wrong about him. How do you watch Arena Cross? Go to arenacross.com. You get the all access pass for like 40 bucks. I think they might prorate it. It's even less than that, but you get them all live every Fridays, Saturday, whenever they do them. Great coverage. They got Ping is the announcer. Pingree and Antonez are the announcers. Good stuff. So, all right, guys. I will catch you later.